Okay, thank you so much, Rajan sir. So hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you from the Olympiad Success family. And today it's really nice to have you all on the platform. As discussed, we are here for a demo and interaction program for mathematics, and it is for grade 7 students. So students like you would be knowing, so since I could see like there are a few old students as well in this batch, and I would like to briefly talk about Olympiad success. So basically we are India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examinations, and we had started with these live classes 3 years back, and we have been successfully running these live classes now. So students, you would understand that like in these live classes our entire focus is on conceptual clarity. So we try to make sure that, you know, like after the completion of the course, you are really strong with your foundation, your concepts, and you, because this would be helping you with your future competitive examinations as well as because, you know, like I'm sure you all would have been appearing for Olympiad examinations, and Olympiads are a bit tougher than your regular school curriculum. Agree? Yes. Can I get a smile? Okay, thank you. All right, kids. So students, the flow of this session would be like, first of all, we would be having an introduction by Sukamal sir. Then Rajan sir would be taking up a brief presentation about this course. After that, I will be taking you through the tour of the platform. Post that, we will be having a short question and answer round. So if you have any doubts, queries, you can write it down in the chat section, and we would be happy to answer all your queries. Post the question and answer round, we will be starting with the demo session for which you all are here. Okay, so students, our live classes are always of 75 minutes, but today, since it being a demo session, the class would be for around 40 to 45 minutes only, because the initial, like the first part, we would be taking up in explaining you about the course details, right? And I'm like really very happy to introduce all of you to Sukamal sir. So he has a brilliant background, I would say, and he has almost like 15 plus years of teaching experience, and he loves mathematics. And I'm sure like after he teaches you mathematics, you all too would be loving mathematics a lot. So he would be, you know, focusing on strengthening your concepts, your foundation, right? So welcome, Sukamal sir. How are you? It's a pleasure to have you over here.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am, and good evening, everyone. Welcome, students. I basically graduated in chemical engineering from Jadavpur in '93. I mean, um, before any one of you were born, and you know, it's been a long time. And then I did my master's in business management in 2004, and then I was in the industry for several years. But alongside that, I had a passion for mathematics, so I used to mentor students in mathematics for various grades from mainly from class 6 to 12 and beyond also. A lot of my students have entered the IITs, the MITs, and other colleges, and they're doing very well now. And I still continue to do that because I love mathematics, and I also love cricket and music. So that apart, what we are here is, as Arti said, to strengthen your concepts, and we would be covering the previous year's papers and basic concepts and how to apply those concepts, and more importantly, we will share with you certain tricks to crack exams like the Olympiad success, right? Uh, or the Maths Olympiad. So with that, I hand it over to Aarti ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sukamal sir. As I said earlier, it's really nice to have you on the platform, and I'm sure like kids would be really, like blessed by your teaching. I would say they would really enjoy your teaching. So, students, now let us start with the presentation part. So, Rajan sir, over to you.
Yeah, sure, man. So welcome students, welcome to the demo of grade 7 mathematics. Let me tell you about this, about Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Students, we have Olympiad live classes, and this is our third year in live classes. We also have School Plus program. So in School Plus program, we offer 8 courses that are mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication and communication, spoken and written, both Vedic maths as well as coding. What else? We also offer online CBSE plus Olympiad classes for grade 6 to 10, and one-on-one preparation classes for International Mathematics Olympiad like SISMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Count, US Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, PRMO, and also JEE Main preparation classes. Now meet the rank holder for session 21-22. So many students in Olympiad success got international rank 1 in different Olympiad exams. Now about this course students, there will be around 20 students in the class, and the classes will be conducted on Zoom platform only. So there will be 4 sessions per week. The days will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And the class duration will be 75 minutes, and the timing is 8 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Okay. The session include mix of theory, practice session, doubt session, and we will also discuss previous year paper. And students, you will get reading material and practice questions that is available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And with this course, you will get free access to the topic-wise practice test for mathematics as well as for logical reasoning. Okay. Now the syllabus link I will share with you in the chat box. The fees for this course is 11,470, and there will be around 54 sessions in this course. The fees include online classes, daily reading notes and exercises of previous year paper. And like I said, you will get the access to the Olympiad Success platform for mathematics as well as for logical reasoning, topic-wise practice test. Okay. Now to join this course, what you need a laptop with good internet speed. And student, as you know, like preparation for Olympiad exam is tougher than your regular school curriculum because there will be some topics from your upper grades also. So students will be required to spend approx 2 hours every day to cope up with the curriculum, and parent support will be needed to check answers and repeat concepts. So students, the live classes for this course will start from 13th July, and currently we having students from 3800 school, and we are catering in 35 plus countries. So this is about this course students. Now Aarti ma'am will give you a tour of Olympiad Success Dashboard. And after that, if you have any query, any doubt, you can ask us in the chat box. So over to you, Aarti ma'am.
Thank you so much, Rajan sir, for a wonderful presentation. Now, students, let me share my screen. I'll quickly take you through the platform. All right, so what happens once you enroll to this program? So what you have to do is, like, you would be getting your login credentials, which you can enter on this page, which is olympiadsuccess.com/login, and click on the sign in button. You would be redirected to the profile page, and you have to complete your profile in case if it is incomplete. Now there are 2 important things to be noted here. First is live classes on the left tab, if you see live classes, and worksheets from top third, right? So these are the 2 important things which Rajan sir has also discussed during his presentation. So under live classes, you would be able to access all the material related to your batch. Okay, so your course basically. So right now you see here, like, many courses are coming in because I have subscribed to all these courses. But then, like, for you, it would be only those subjects for which you have subscribed. So let's say we select Mathematics Olympiad, and we have to then select the topic. So these all would be covered into your course. And Rajan sir had already shared the links in the chat section. So there would be the syllabus link there. You can go and check like what all we would be covering in this entire course, right? So let's say I select number system. So upon selecting number system, you can see here like the reading material, practice question and answer keys for the same are available. I have to click on, let's say I click on number system. So the reading material for the same would open up. Okay, and you can, study from this, and there would be practice questions related to this topic, that is number systems. So all these practice questions would be there. You have to write down your answers, and then finally you can compare your answers with the answer key given over here. Okay, and next we have the schedule option. So if you click on this button, view schedule, what happens is you would be able to see the complete schedule for this course. Okay, so what we are going to take up in session 1, in session 2, and so on. Okay, so if you guys note, like we have tests after every topic or 2, right, to make sure that you are aligned with what your mentor is teaching. Okay, so as you see here, like session 9 is again test, then we have decimals, then we have again a test. So in this way, we have structured our syllabus very nicely into different sessions, so that you also know, like before coming to the class, that which topic you would be going to study. Also, if you note here that there are 54 sessions, total 54 sessions, but then your course will get completed in 50 sessions, and the remaining 4 sessions will be your super classes. So what are super classes exactly? So in these super classes, you would be solving previous year papers, okay? So there would be lots and lots of practice. Also, if you have any doubts, queries, you can come up with the same in these classes. However, with your regular classes, you should certainly tell your doubt immediately, then and there, to get it resolved. But then, like, once the course gets over and if you are stuck with something, you can certainly discuss those in these super classes, right? And then we have the holiday calendar. So on these dates, your classes will not be conducted because these are holidays. Then we have the Zoom meeting ID and password. So here your meeting ID and password will be displayed for you to log in to these live classes. Okay, so this is all about the live classes, and the next part is worksheets. Okay, so if you click on worksheets over here, so as Rajan sir had mentioned, you would be getting free access to logical reasoning and mathematics topic wise worksheets. Okay, so topic wise, as in like algebraic expression is a topic, so there are 2 worksheets available for you to practice, and in each worksheet there will be 25 questions. So you have to just click on the take exam button and appear for these examinations. So these worksheets are available in the format of examination. And once you are done with this, you can go to the performance tab, select your subject, and click on the view button. So there you can see the summary of your exam and the answer keys of the examination as well. Okay, so these all would be accessible to you as soon as you register to this course. So now, students, I am stopping my screen share, and if we have any doubts, any queries, please let us know. You can write it down in the chat section. Otherwise, Rajan sir is really good at asking questions. He would be asking a few questions.
Correct.
Okay.
So you can ask if you have any question, any doubt, you can write in the chat box. Will we get the recorded classes?
Yes, absolutely. You would be getting the recorded sessions. Okay, but then we recommend the students not to miss any classes, because the learning is always better in live classes as compared to looking at the recorded sessions. But in case of emergency, like if you have to, miss the class, you would be certainly getting the recorded sessions after every class, actually. Okay.
Any other questions, students?
So no? Either all is clear or nothing is clear.
Correct. Will there be a recap during the next class?
Okay, so it depends upon the teaching style of Sukamal sir. What I would suggest, like what generally we follow is, and what many of our mentors do is, like, let's say today it's the session, and in the next session you can come up with your doubts. So maybe initial few minutes would be taken up to solve your doubts, and recap, I'm not sure. So Sukamal sir, would you like to mention something about this over here?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Aarti ma'am. So definitely yes, and as I would explain to you that for me it's a two-way process, right? So I always encourage that you come up with your doubts and ask me whatever doubt you have, and that's the first thing that will take up when we go through the classes. So to answer your question in one word, yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much, Sukamal sir. And any other questions?
No. Okay. Okay, let me ask one question, students. Can you tell me the days on which days we having the classes? Let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, not correct. Do anyone remember? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Yes, correct, Anvi. And what are the timings, students? Yes, correct, Arnav. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday are the days. Can you tell me the timings? Timings of the classes? 8 to 9:15. 8 to 9:15. AM or PM? PM. Yes, correct. 8 to 9:15 PM. Correct, students. And can anyone tell me, like, in how many months this course end? 3.5. Okay. Do anyone have any other answer? Three months and few days. Okay. Yes. So yeah, it is correct. 3 months and few days. So it is like around 3.3 or 3.4 months. Okay. As we have 54 sessions and there will be around 4 classes in a week. So there will be 16 classes in a month. So the course will end like up to in three months and days. So it will be like around 3.3 or 3.4 days, 4 months. So students, do you have any other question, any query, or shall we begin with the demo? Okay, Aarti, can start with the session then?
Yes, absolutely. So no doubts are coming in. So that is what I was mentioning earlier. So everybody is quiet, which means that either everything is clear or nothing is clear, right?
Nothing is clear.
But
Correct.
students, I would recommend you to, ask as many questions as possible because, and especially during the demo sessions, because, asking always opens up your brain. So ask as many questions as possible and make sure that all your doubts are clear. Okay. And make the session as interactive as possible. Yeah. Thank you so much. So no doubts coming in from all of you. Thank you so much. So over to you, Sukamal sir.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am, and welcome once again. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Can everyone see my screen? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let's have some fun to start with. So there are 8 watermelons and there are some numbers written on it, right? Can you select 3 of them to get a sum of 30? Anyone? Okay. Which 3? 11, 5, 15. Does it add up to 30? It has to add up to 30. 1, 15, 9. Does it add up to 30? Simple. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Look at it carefully. This is like, when you're reading a question, right? And all of us make this mistake, right? When we are reading a question, we don't read the question properly. So that's the hint. Yes, Naga, right. So which one would you pick? Which one would you pick? So Naga, you're right. You don't have to reverse it. In fact, if you look at it carefully, this one actually is inverted. The other ones are all upright. So basically, this is a 6, not a 9. 6, 13, 11. That's the answer. Yes. Okay. So I wanted to, just give you a perspective of, how we look at questions, right? So sometimes we don't read the questions carefully, and that's where, we go wrong or we don't get the answer. Okay. So let's move on. So what is the objective of today's session? So there are basically 4 things that we are going to learn. 1, how to form an equation, or basically what is an equation, how to form an equation, understand an equation, convert a statement to an equation, and finally solve it. And I also have a surprise bonus for you. Now that I'm going to come at the end of the session. Okay. And this is something which will, will really excite you. I can tell that. Okay. So what is an equation? Right? What is an equation? Anyone? What is an equation? So the word equation comes from the word equate, right? And we all understand what equate means. It means this. So for example, 1 + 1 = 2. Correct. It has an equal to sign. We all understand that. So that's as simple as that. That's why we call simple equation. Right? Because it's simple. Right? 1 + 1 = 2. Or 4 - 3 = 1. We all know this. 2 × 3 = 6. We all know this. Right? So this is nothing but an equation. Right? So then what will we study? Okay. So let's play another game. Think of a number from 1 to 50. Don't tell me. Okay. Any number from 1 to 50. Think of it. Okay. Don't tell me the number. Okay. Multiply it with 2. Okay. You can do it using a pen and paper also. No issues. Multiply it with 2. Add 3. Okay. Think of any number from 1 to 50, multiply it with 2 and add 3. So I can tell you that all of you, the numbers that you have got are all odd. Okay. Has anyone got an even number? No, right? All have got odd numbers. Okay. So can anyone tell me the number, the final number that you have here? What is the final number that you have got? I just want the final number. 51. Okay, I'll take it one by one. 51, right? So 51 means your original number was 24. 71. Your original number was 34. Right? So how am I doing this? It almost seems like magic, right? 7. Your original number is 2. 11. Your original number is 4. Right? So how am I doing all this? It's very simple actually. What I did, right? What I told you to do is take a number, multiply by 2, add 3, and then you are telling me the final number. Let's say 25. I'll pick Anvi's number. So that means what? This number is not known to me. This is unknown. Right? So what I have done is whatever number you have told me, I have subtracted 3 and divided by 2. So I actually did the opposite of what I told you to do. I told you to multiply by 2 and add 3. And then I subtracted 3 and divided by 2. So that means I I subtracted 3 from 25, got 22 by 2, 11. Right? Okay. So this is what is a simple equation. Now, what is important here is to understand that we have an unknown here. Right? And all equations that we will be dealing with will have an unknown like this. Now, since it is an unknown, I can't write it like this. I have to write it properly. So that's why we write it as X or Y or A or B or something, anything that, typically we represent this with an alphabet. That means it is an unknown. Correct. Variable. So I didn't want to use the term variable. I just wanted to use the term unknown, right? Perfect. So 2x plus 3 equals 25. So therefore, I subtracted 3 from both sides. So what I did is this 2x plus 3, and I subtracted 3 from both sides. So I got 2x plus 3 minus 3 cancels out equals 22, and therefore x is 22 by 2, that is 11. Okay, as simple as this, right? So if you understand this, then you will be able to solve any problem on simple equations. No problems at all. Okay. So that means all we did was we represented the unknown with X. You can choose anything. You can choose A, B, C, Y, Z, W, P, Q, R, anything. So typically we represent it with an alphabet. So represent the unknown with something and just replicate what I have told you to do. So what did I tell you to do? I told you to take the number, unknown number, multiply it by 2 and add 3. And then whatever you got as your answer, just equate it to whatever I told you to do. And therefore, after that, you can easily see that there is an equation. So this is what is called an equation. Okay, I'll take a pause. Any questions on this? Any doubts? Fantastic. Okay. So let's make an equation. Okay. So let's make an equation. Take your age and add 20 years to it. Multiply the result with 3. Tell me what is the equation that you have got? Write down the equation. Yes, the answer is I can understand the answer is 93. Perfect. So what is the equation? Your age. Now this is a known quantity. Right. Correct. So x plus 20 into 3. Right. Now here x is known. Right. So you know that your age is probably some of your age is 11, 12, 13, as the case may be, right? If it is 13, then it's 13 plus 20 into 3 becomes 99, right? So instead of 13, now if I say that instead of your age, if I say take my age, now this becomes unknown because you don't know my age, and add 20 years to it, multiply the result with 3, and I will tell you the answer. So the answer to this one is 230. So the same thing for me comes out to be 213. So what is my age? Anyone? So my answer is 213. So I took my age, let's say my age is X, I added 20, I multiplied by 3, I got 230. So what is my age? 51, correct. So my age is 51, right? So clear for everyone, right? So this is how we form a simple equation. Clear? So now we have understood what is an equation, how to form an equation, right? I'll take a pause here. Any doubts on this, how to form an equation? Okay, perfect, perfect, fantastic. So now let's take a couple of examples. I won't run through all of this, but let me just take a couple of them and let's see how it goes. Look at the first one. A new student enters a class and the class has now 25 students. Can you represent this as an equation? Can you represent this as an equation? Anyone? You can type it on the chat. X plus 1. Yeah, I believe that was a typo. Yeah, all of you got it. Fantastic. X plus 1. X plus 1 equals 25. Correct. So look at it carefully. Okay, it's just like the watermelon example that I gave. You have to be very careful when you're looking at the problem. So what is given? A new student, that means one student, enters the class and the class has now 25 students. So that means I don't know how many students were there. X plus 1 equals 25. So you have to be a little careful when you are reading the question. Okay. Fantastic. Yes, you're right. All of you are right. Answer is 24. Next one. The temperature increases by 18 degrees and the temperature now is 15. Represent this as an equation. Correct? X plus 18 equals 15. Perfect. 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 Fantastic. 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 Okay. You know how to solve it also. Fantastic. Okay. So now let me take an equation and see how do we solve an equation. So let's say I have 2x plus 5 equals x plus 2, right? Where x is an unknown quantity and I want to find the value of x. So what is the method to do this? Very simple. Bring all the variables to one side and the numbers or the values to the other, right? So which means I have to bring everything to all the x to one side and all the numbers to the other side. So what I'm going to do is this. I have 2x plus 5 equals x plus 2. So I have to bring this x to this side. So I'll subtract x and I'll subtract x from both sides. So that means 2x minus x plus 5 becomes x minus x plus 2. So x minus x becomes 0. So this becomes 0 plus 2, which is 2. And here I have 2x minus x. That means I have x plus 5 equals 2. So therefore, x becomes, okay, so I have x plus 5 equals 2. So then I have to bring the 5 to the other side. So x plus 5 minus 5 equals 2 minus 5. So x plus 5 minus 5, that means x equals minus 3. Right? So this is how we solve an equation, right? So the method is that we bring all the variables to one side and all the values to the other. Okay? And this is a method which is used whether you have one variable, two variables, three variables, or more than three variables. Okay. So as we go up, in your school, you will come to learn of equations which involves more than one variable. So there also we'll follow the same method, no change. Okay. Okay. So I'll take a pause here. Any doubts? Any questions? Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Now let me introduce a small term, and I'll use the same example. 2x plus 5 is equal to x plus 2. 2x plus 5 equals x plus 2. Now, without subtracting from both sides, I will teach you a method which will help you do this in one step. Okay, and that method is called transposing. This is a new term. It means moving from one side of an equation to another. Right? So you're moving from one side to another. So which means I'll be moving this x this side, and I'll be moving this 5 this side. Now, when I'm doing this, I have to be a little careful. Right? Why? Because I'm trying to move something from one side to another. Right? It is as if I'm trying to turn it upside down. The moment you try to do some, you try to turn something upside down, it changes. Right? Try to turn something in front of you upside down, it will change. So very similar. The sign will change. Right? So I have a plus x here. When I move it to the other side, it becomes minus x. I have a plus 5 here. When I move it to the other side, it becomes minus 5. So x equals minus 3. Here. So this term is called transposing. Okay. So this is how you solve equations like this. Right? Now let me take another example. The sum of the ages of a father and his son is 76 years. if the age of the sun is 15 years less than 32, find the age of the father. Now, apparently, this seems a little, I won't say difficult, but apparently a little elaborate than the examples that I gave. So, once again, the principle is to read the question carefully and replicate exactly what is written. So, what is given? Sum of the ages of a father and his son, right? So I have two unknowns here. So what I will write is x plus y is 7, 6, right? If the age of the son is 15 years less than 30, okay, let's instead of x and y, let's take it as father and son. That makes it easier, right? Always try to use symbols which automatically, visualizes the actual problem statement, right? So f plus s 76, and the son's age is 15 years less than 32. That means s is 15 years less than 32. Less means 32 minus 50. Now you can easily calculate this 17. So once I know the son's age is 17, I will simply put this in the first equation and I can get the age of the father. Clear? Any doubts so far? Okay. So now you should be able to solve any problem. See that this one that I showed is not a simple equation. It is actually a little beyond a simple equation. Usually a simple equation has only one variable and values attached to it. But here I gave you a case where you have two variables and some values attached to them, right? So you could solve it, right? So all you have to do is look at the problem statement step by step and be very attentive to what is given. Don't miss out any information. Okay. The only reason where we make mistakes, and even we do, in calculation, is because we don't read the statement carefully. Okay. Okay. So now let me take a break and let me ask you something which is very interesting. Now we all know that all the numbers that we deal with are based on the numbers from 0 to 9. There is no number in the world which does not contain or which is not made up of these numbers, correct? The system that we follow. Agreed? Now my question is, why do we deal with 10 numbers only? Why is it that we have our number system from 0 to 9? Why not something else? Yeah, but okay, I'll discuss infinity when we get into our actual classes. Okay, that's a very interesting concept. But let's talk about finite numbers. numbers which we can see or visualize. So all finite numbers are made up of these numbers. The question is, why only 10? Yes, we can repeat the digits, absolutely, but even then you will only have these 10. Why only 10? The question is, why 10? Very interesting question. See, when you are studying something, or and it's not only for mathematics, in fact, for science or any other subject, always try to think, why is it so? For example, you see water boiling every day, right? When your mother is making tea, or even for something else, water boils. Why does it boil? So why 10? Very simple. Because we have 10 fingers on our hands. Now, when in old days, when mathematics was not there, okay, the first thing that people started to do is to count. And how could they count? Because they didn't know anything. So they could only count their fingers. So that's how it started, from 1 to 10, right? And the concept of zero came later, okay, which is again a very interesting story, which we'll discuss when we get into the classes. But this is what the origin was, the origin of our entire number system, right? Okay, so let's get back to another interesting part. I think now all this is very clear to all of you. Okay. So now if I tell you the age of Mr. John is a few years more than 30. Can you form an equation with this information? Sorry. Can you form an equation? 30 plus x equal to y. Okay. Okay. Lakshmi, you are right. Yeah. Nidhi, you are also right. So the equation will be, you can take two variables. You can represent John by j, and you can write j equals 30 plus x. Or you can take John as y. You can write 30 plus x equal to y. Correct? Okay. Now let me ask you something a little more advanced. 3 times the age of Ravi, when 3 times the age of Ravi is added to 2 times the age of Rupal, get uh, an odd number. What can you tell about Ravi's age? Read the question very carefully. 3 times the age of Ravi is added to 2 times the age of Rupal, and we get an odd number. What can you tell about Ravi's age? Can you tell anything about Ravi's age? Okay. Once again, let's Arnav, yes, perfect. It is odd. Lovely. And all of you wrote the equation correctly, by the way. 3 times Ravi, or I can write 3x or 3r, whatever is convenient to you, is added to 2 times the age of Rupal plus 2 times Rupal. And we get an odd number. What does this mean? Now, whatever is the value of y, I'm multiplying it by 2. So anything multiplied by 2 becomes an even number. And here I have an odd number. So this number has to be odd, because odd plus even gives us odd. Right? Similarly, we have odd plus odd. This gives us even. Even plus even gives us even. Okay, so this is another way, and once again I gave you this example because when we get into problems, I'll show you that you have to analyze the variable in this way. Given an equation, you should be able to say whether a particular variable will be odd or even, and it becomes very easy in certain cases when you are able to identify that. Okay, so I'll take a pause here. Any questions on this? Clear? Fantastic. Okay, so now, as I said, I will give you a surprise bonus. And in fact, I'll give you 2 of them, not 1. Okay. So bonus number 1. You all have studied, you're all in class 7, right? So all of you have studied divisibility rules. Divisibility rule for 2, 3, 4, 5. All of you have done? Yes? Okay. What is the divisibility rule for 7? What is the divisibility rule for 7? There is no rule, okay. Everyone says there's no rule? Okay. No. Last 2 digits divisible. No, that's the rule for 4. The last 2 digits must be divisible by 4, right? I'm not asking 4, I'm asking 7, right? Okay. So let me tell you, there is a divisibility rule for 7, and there is not 1 but 2. But I'll tell you the only one of them right now, because the other one is a little more complex, which I'll tell you later on. But I'll tell you the simpler one. Okay, let's take any number. 126. Okay. What you have to do is you take the last digit and multiply by 2. Take the last digit and multiply it by 2. So what I'm doing, I'm taking 6 multiplying by 2, which becomes 12. And then from the rest of the digits which is left, I will subtract this value. So I will take 12, which is left here, and I'll subtract the value that I got here. And this is 0. So if this result is 0 or a multiple of 7, then the number is divisible by 7. Like 126 is divisible by 7. Understood? Simple, right? And you can check it out with any number. Okay, let me take one more number and then we'll move to the next bonus. Right? Okay, tell me a 3-digit number. Anyone? Any number? At random. 509. Fantastic. So what will I do? Okay, let's take one by one. 509 came in first. So I'll take 9 multiplied by 2, which is 18. And I take 50 and I subtract 18. I get, how much do I get? 50 minus 18? 32. Is 32 divisible by 7? No. So therefore 509 is not divisible by 7. As simple as that. 654. Okay, I'll take that also. 654. What will I do? I will take 4, multiply by 2. I get 8. 65 minus 8 is how much? 65 minus 8? Fantastic. 57. Is 57 divisible by 7? No. Therefore, this is also not divisible by 7. Very simple rule. Agreed? Agreed? Okay. Okay. Now, the thing doesn't end here. Now, this is with 3 digits. Now, what if I have 4 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4. What will I do with this? I'll do the same thing. I'll take 4 multiplied by 2, 8. So 1, 2, 3 minus 8, which is 115. Now I'll do the same thing with 115. I'll take 5 into 2, 10. 12 minus 10 is 2. Not divisible by 7, not divisible by 6. Simple. So you have to just go on repeating the rule. Okay. Happy with the first bonus? Are you happy with the first bonus? So I'll go to the next. Okay, fantastic. So bonus number 2. We have a lot of difficulty in multiplying numbers, right? So I'll show you something. I'll show you a magic by which you can find the answer without multiplying. Find the answer of a multiplication without actually multiplying. Let me take an example. 91 into 97. Right? Now I will not do anything, but I'll write the answer. Right? Can anyone tell me what the answer will be without multiplying? Anyone? Okay, let me write down the answer. 8827. No, nothing, no rough work. Now let me show you how I did this. Okay, how far is 91 from 100? 9 minus 9. How far is 97 from 100? 3 it's -3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add either these two or these two, any one. I will not do both. What I'm going to do is 91 minus 3 or 97 minus 9, any one of these. 88, 88. So this would be the first two digits of this multiplication. And then I need two more digits because it will be a 4-digit number. Right? So to get the other two, I will multiply -9 with -3. So -9 with -3, all of you know minus minus becomes plus, 27. So 7. Okay. This is a very powerful technique for multiplication. Very, very powerful. Yeah. Okay. I see some hands raised. Can you type on the chat? Well, yes. You call it Vedic maths. Actually, I don't look at mathematics from that perspective. I look at mathematics as something which has been invented over time in various ways. Of course, Vedic mathematics is there, Greek mathematics is there. Then there is something called Euclidean mathematics and so on. Various people have done a lot of work in mathematics. Yes, you're right. Okay, number bigger than 100. That also I'll tell you. So tell me, okay, let me take the numbers. 108 into 112, right? Same process. 108 is plus 8 from 100, 112 is plus 12. And then I cross at any one of them. So 120. And then I need two more digits. So I'll multiply 12 and 8, so which is 96. Right? So I'll teach you this in more details when we do get into the actual classes, numbers more than 100, less than 100, etc. But what I'm trying to say, 165, well, we will discuss that when we get into the class, but this method is more accurate when you are dealing with numbers close to 100, either plus or minus, maybe around, from, I would say, from 80 to 120 or maybe 75 to 125, something in that range. Okay. After that, yes, it is still applicable, but the technique becomes a little more cumbersome.
Sukamal sir, I think we are running out of the time, so
Okay,
I think we can wrap up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wrap. Yeah.
Thank you. So, so any doubts? Happy with the bonuses, I hope. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. So, students, can you tell us in the chat box how was the session? Very interesting. Great. I had fun. Okay. Thank you, students, for the wonderful adjectives. So, students, wonderful, nice, good. Okay. Thank you. It was fun and interesting. Okay. Thank you. So, students, in the chat box, I have shared some links. So, what you need to do, you need to copy and save somewhere. So, to join the live classes, this link will help you. And now Sukamal sir will meet you in the live classes. So thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. And thank you, students, for joining today.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So we will meet you in the live classes now. So good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Bye.